Welcome back. My name is Jesse Butler.
And Isaiah Sandy, with our first bulletin for 2019. Yirara is unique. We are blessed to have staff from all over the world, even some volunteers. Mr. Roger Ashcroft had a chat with Isaac last term. Let's take a look.
This is Isaac. He's one of our American volunteers who's come out from the States to spend a year with us and to work with our students. Isaac, so what made you come to Australia and come to Yirara College, and how did you hear about us?
Sure, well, that's a great question. I'm actually part of a program called Young Adults in Global Mission, which is run through the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America.
Why did I apply to ELCA Young Adults in Global Mission?
You want to give back, but the reality is that you want to get to know yourself better as well.
I decided that I should do whatever is best for me, and I thought that this was best for me.
I tried to come in with no expectations, which of course is impossible. What has surprised me is how quickly it has come to feel like home.
It's been the relationships that I've been building.
There's so much value of getting to know a community by becoming part of the community.
So I applied for that program, and there are 60 to 70 some of us that are in the program this year, and we go all throughout the world. And we don't get to pick where we go. The different coordinators for each country sort of pick us. And I was originally picked to go to the United Kingdom, but because of Brexit, our program was not allowed to sponsor visas anymore. So I actually got reassigned to Australia. And it would definitely be a lie if I said I wasn't happy about that. I'm definitely a warm weather person and was very excited to come to Australia. So the placement that they had for me was here at Yirara, and I don't think there could possibly have been a better placement for me.
So in the time that you've been here, I know you've only been here for a while, but what's the highlight of being at Yirara?
Well, I think the highlight is this is a very balanced lifestyle for me. When I was at home, I was doing coaching and working in youth ministry, and most of my time was spending time with the kids, and I was really the only one that was doing that. There wasn't really a community around me of my peers, and here at Yirara there are tons and tons of people that are my peers and my age. So to be able to make friends and to still spend time with the kids, which is what I love, has been an awesome opportunity for me.
That's great, because we really welcome you. You've been fantastic at Yirara, you've been a great help. I know you and Pastor Basil have really hit it off and doing some amazing preaching here, so we really appreciate that.
And take a step back and look at things in a bigger perspective. Instead of being right here, right now, oh man, the sun's beating down on my head and I'm really upset because this is awful, I wish I was dead. Or could you sit there and could you be the bigger person and could you think, oh man, yeah, it's bad today, but yesterday, man, it was awesome. And I'm really glad that I had a chance to have some shade at least one day. Could you be happy about that? Could you find some peace in that? Or would you just continue to be upset? So that's what I want us to think about and put ourselves in Jonah's shoes today. Well, I appreciate all the opportunities you guys have given to me. You guys have welcomed me with open arms, and it couldn't have been a better place.
That's great. So Isaac, did you come out here for the adventure, or do you really think it was a calling to come out to Australia?
Well, of course, coming all the way, I mean, I'm 10,000 miles from home, which is about 16,000 kilometers. So it's an adventure either way, but the primary reason was a call from God. Yeah. And exploring that and understanding that and living in that, not just the place physically, but the place emotionally and the place spiritually is something that I'm trying very hard to pursue.
So with the calling, I mean, have you started to pull it apart in your own mind? Because quite interesting, callings can be quite interesting in that you get this little picture, but then there's so much more. Is that what you're finding as you're here for a longer period?
Absolutely. So my placement here is to be at Yirara College and to be in the classroom with Mr. Nathan and help the kids do their work and be a part of their kids' lives. That's the kind of the small day-to-day things. But a calling is much more than just working from 8:15 until 3:25 when the bell rings. Yeah. For me, the calling is a 24/7 job. So I'm not just being a part of the community at Yirara, but I'm making relationships with people outside of school hours. And I'm making relationships and becoming part of the communities in town. So I've become part of the boxing community and part of the basketball community, and trying to not just be here at Yirara, but also be more so in my call 24 hours a day. That's not great. Just working, when I clock in or clock out, but working around the clock, because people need other people. People need relationships every hour of the day, not just when it's convenient for you.
So what would you say to other people who are looking from America or other parts of the world, looking at coming to doing the same sort of program you're doing, perhaps coming to Australia or going to all sorts of places? How would you encourage them to actually take on what you've been doing?
Well, I think one of the things that, at least as Americans, we can get caught up in us talking and how we feel and what we want to say and us praying. And one of the things that's so important as a Christian is not just to talk and to pray, but sometimes you have to shut your mouth and listen. You just have to listen to God and listen what He wants for you. The more time that you can spend in communion with Him, not necessarily just blah, 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 going on about what you want to talk about, is to listen to God. And as soon as I was able to kind of relax and just listen to God, that's when the path in front of me just opened up. It's not that it wasn't there to begin with, I just needed to listen. So that's what I would encourage other people to do, is to listen to God and let Him come to you, because He's always there right next to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Isaac. That's great.
Yeah.
Last week, while most of us were on a holiday, 2 of our students took part of the National Indigenous Championships held in Yirara, New South Wales. Let's take a look.
In November 2018, a Yirara NT women's team went to compete in the National Indigenous Championships held in Yirara, New South Wales. From these championships, an Australian Indigenous women's team was selected. The name of the side is Marias, meaning emus. Our own Georgia Miller and Courtney Owan were selected to represent Australia in the Marias side, and were very competitive games, with the Maori side, who were in a full-time programme, coming out the victors in both games. Georgia and Courtney represented Australia and Yirara in these games and can hold their heads up high with their competitiveness and skills. This is the start of the First Nations soccer, and hopefully will drive and determination can lead to further representation for our players in the future. It was also a cultural experience, with New Zealand demonstrating their haka and the Marias showing bush medicine, painting and Indigenous teachings passed down from thousands of years ago from elders in the communities. Well done, Georgia and Courtney.
We never stop learning, and learning new skill is important. A few of our fellows, with the help of Charlie Lawson from Clontarf, tried something new.
My name is Anthony Nish. I come from Elliot. Just really love to do graffiti. Always been doing it in class.
We taught them how to use graffiti spray paint in a positive way to create some artwork within the school. My name's Charlie Lawson and I work for Clontarf here at Yirara College.
Come
Over the last 2 terms, it's been quite a lengthy process, and it's been a really positive one with the students learning and researching different forms of graffiti and ones that appeal to them, incorporating letter styles as well as characters to make the overall mural look really good. They designed, they coloured in, and then from paper they took to the wall with cans. And so we reached out to a local Australian paint iron lac, and they really kindly donated 50 cans to us for the project. It's a really perfect paint, low aroma, it was healthy for the environment and more so for our students here at the school.
It was fun doing it with Charlie. The things I learned is fading the 2 colors in between, so it doesn't just look like one color.
You can come a little bit further back if you need to.
I'm really proud of doing this because it will be here for a long time. I hope I get the opportunity back in Elliot to help younger kids to do better graffiti in a positive way, so that the community can look at and really enjoy it. Yeah.
Really big thank you to Ironlac for supplying the paint. Sent it to us for free, and it's something the whole school can enjoy now.
That's our first YCTV for 2019. Hope you enjoyed it. Next week we go for a trip with some of our seniors. Bye.